the level and then everything being in perspective. And it really was a person, but there was something rather ethereal and mystical about it that went beyond just being a portrait. But Raphael's portrait of, I think it's Raphael, of this young man is very, very much a portrait, as I put it. And when I copied it, I learned a lot of things, and I hope that you will also. Well, I'm going to do it without having the picture. I'll just show you what I copied and what I learned, and I'll show you the picture afterwards. The eyes are, the pupils of the eyes are really totally level, but the brows go up slightly. The brow that's closer to us is a little bit higher. And then he's got the Velasquez Z with the nose coming out here, and he finds the center under the nose. And there's a lot of light and dark expertise that is observed and then made into a kind of technique. The massing of the darks all the way down, the finding kind of turning edges a little bit darker, and that's in tonal terms. But in the terms of drawing, over and over again, the lines are made to describe forms. So this is a very drawn portrait with the tones being adding to it, and it's, for me, it's more highly realistic than the Da Vinci portrait. For instance, I didn't say the mouth, of course, is turning down. All of the involvements below the chin have to do with reflective light and those core turning light forms, and the linear aspect is also emphasized. I think it approaches a kind of realism that Da Vinci doesn't quite get to, that it's a higher realism. And of course, the pre-Raphaelites in England did not want to be too highly realistic in the way that, and carnal or sensual or ordinary day-to-day. They wanted more of the things before Raphael's and the High Renaissance brought in this attitude of what would you call it, the secular life, and even in a portrait, the secular life, if the man is shown to be too worldly and in a way that the techniques are very worldly. For instance, now the hair in the coming out from the hat is very realistic. There are little bits of eyelashes here. The description of the side of the face to the other side is very clearly related and emphasized as being very, very real. The 5 o'clock shadow helps. And if you copy this, you're going to find that a lot of respect for the language that the artist used to interpret what he was looking at in tone and line, and each a different aspect. The tone being massing of the darks, the using of the turning edge and the reflected light, and then sometimes line being thrown into it. And by the way, the chin also does that. There's a lot of that. Now I want to go, I would like to show you at some point this Rubens drawing of a statue, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. What I thought I would contrast to this realism of Raphael is Gautier Bresca, the artist who took his wife's name too, Gautier Bresca. Notice that the eyes kind of expand out, up, so the perspective is really going, what we call expanding. The mouth is going down and the eyes are going up, as opposed to the eyes, the forms going away from us are expanding open. And Gauguin did the same thing. His mouth is at the same level as his eyes. And of course, this is the perspective that a camera from very far away would see. Sometimes when you watch TV cameras that are focused on someone at a great distance, it looks very distortedly flat. Well, right here, the line of the mouth is level to the canvas. The eyes are level to the canvas. The whole form of the work in front is coming level. And then in that way, we have a flattened canvas where everything is right on the surface, rather than, here we have it. The Raphael, you can see how you know where he is in space by the convergence of those lines, how far away the artist was, how intimate it is. The artist is close by. But in Gauguin, there's no space at all. He could be anywhere, far from us or near us. There's a flattening of the perspective. And this, of course, is the part of modernism too. And Gautier Bresca also, if I could emphasize these lines, this is going this way, and this is going, wait, am I doing it right? No, I'm sorry, this is going this way. No, I'm right, this is going this way, opening up, and that's going that way, opening up. So the lines, the mouth is just slightly tilted down on the far side, and the eyes are slightly tilted up on the far side. So we get a box, which I'll draw here. This box is going away from us, right? This is going away from us as opposed to a box that, is coming towards us. Not, this box is going away for perspective, and this box is exploding. And of course, the interesting thing is that both of these are self-portraits. So there was no need to satisfy a client or a patron or someone paying them. They did it for themselves. Bresca and Gautier Bresca and Gauguin were just looking into the mirror and making a painting using what we call pictorial space, and they weren't trying to satisfy the demands of a marketplace. Okay, that's fine, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it Robbie Reed?
Yes.
Oh, you should have told me.